I was not whispering, I was soft speaking. I'm going to try to reset my calm energy. By the end of the last video, I was pretty worked up because I was showing you some vintage bags, and I figured out how to read the serial number and figure out what year the bags were from, and that was really fun. And I got a little worked up about it. But we figured out that my bags are from 2007 and 2003, respectively. Respective to what? I didn't even show you the bags. I don't know. So, let me write that down. 3, so I don't forget. Yeah. And in this video, I think I want to show you a few more items, because I only got through 2. But this time I'm going to remain calm, and I'm going to give you a very relaxing and ASMR experience. I'm going to give you a very ASMR experience because that is the channel that I claim to be, and that is the content that I will deliver. I'm still drinking the same cup of tea as you last saw me. It is H4 Honey Lavender. Now, I think what I would like to show you this time, I think I would like to show you this. Do you know what this is? This is a genuine leather belt made in Italy. So this belt I got at 2nd Street. It smells really good. It just smells like leather, and it's really good. And now what we like about this belt is the brass hardware. This is very heavy, and that's how you know it's real. It's not like, I don't know, what do they do? What is fake metal made out of? You can tell like when it's a good metal or when it's not a good metal, but this thing's heavy. Like, this could be a weapon. I was thinking if I needed to defend myself, I could just take off my belt and whack someone with this, like a whip, but like with this at the end, that's really gonna do damage. I even like damaged myself when I was messing with it. So, and the other thing that we like about this belt is the color and the pattern. I'm not sure how well the color is going to show up, but it is like a cool toned, deep brown, cool toned, and it's hard to find a cool toned brown. It may look gray or dark blackish to you, but I do believe it is a cool toned, deep brown, and I'm really a fan of it. And this is a very thick belt. It is a very thick belt, and this will not go in the belt loops of most of my pants, so you just kind of put it on top for decoration. It's not very functional. And here you can read the tag on the inside. Made in Italy. Genuine leather. Why is leather? Why is Italy? Why do a lot of the good leathers come from Italy? Did Italy start leather? That's a good question for the internet. Let's see, everybody. Leather start. Oh my goodness. Did leather start in Italy? Because I feel like I say like genuine Italian leather, so the history of Italian leather Humans have been making leather for nearly 7,000 years now. The earliest reports of evidence of leather tanning and usage of leather comes from Mehrgarh, which was the current-day Indian subcontinent, current-day Pakistan, between 7000 BC and 2000 BC. Wow. Wow. That's very cool. That's very cool. But today, the top three leather producing countries by volume are number 1, Italy, number 2, China, number 3, Brazil. But leather is made in almost every country across the world. Geographically close leather production remains an important part of the supply chain for many businesses. Interesting. But why Italy? Like, how did that start? The history of Italian leather can be traced back to ancient Rome, where leather processing was as much an art as it was a necessity. Ancient Rome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Romans were skilled in the techniques of tanning and dyeing, using natural minerals like vegetable extracts to refine leather into softer, more durable products. Even then, leather served multiple purposes, from armor to shoes. That's right, if you think back, the ancient Romans, and you imagine them fighting, they're wearing like leather armor instead of metal armor. Why were they doing that? Was that before metal existed? I don't know much about like really old history, especially in Europe. I'm sorry. So like the Roman Empire kind of gets mixed up in my head. Like, when was the Roman Empire? When was the Byzantine? I don't know. Like, when were they hanging out in Egypt? When did they make the pyramids? I don't know. My timeline is all jumbled up. So I don't know. When, like, medieval times? Was the Roman Empire was the Roman Empire before medieval times? I think that must be the case. What about the Bronze Era? I don't know. Leather served multiple purposes, from armor to shoes, while transforming over centuries into the luxurious status symbol we recognize today. The Renaissance era, a flourishing of techniques. By the late Middle Ages and into the Renaissance, the Italian regions began solidifying their reputations for leather craftsmanship. Key cities like Florence and Milan became epicenters of fashion and artisanal work. It was during this period that various tanning techniques were perfected, leading to softer, more pliable leathers. Artisans began to specialize, establishing workshops that focused on creating not just functional pieces, but also exquisite pieces of art. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Good to know. Very good to know. Well, I really do like this belt. It's very heavy. Okay, I'm gonna put it back over here now. And I could show you another belt that I've thrifted that I'm a big fan of. Or I could go on to a different category of items. Or we could stay with leather and I could show you my leather jacket. But I think I want to show you my, well, how about my guitar? I'm gonna try to be quiet. It's impossible for this thing to be quiet. But I thrifted this. Also from 2nd Street. For a very good price. I don't remember, it was definitely less than 1,000,000 yen, less than 10,000 yen, which is less than $100 for sure. And this is made by S.Yairi. S.Yairi. And I had never heard of this guitar brand. Would you call it a brand? It's Dusty. Sides are dusty. But I looked it up, and apparently this brand of guitar has been owned by some of the greatest guitarists of all time, such as Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton owns a Yairi guitar. Yairi. And it's Japanese. Made in Japan. And a steel string, but it is slightly smaller than your standard guitar size. It sounds identical to a standard size guitar, but it is perfect for me. It is Elise sized. I'm not gonna play for you. The latest song I learned was Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Lead singer guitarist Eric Clapton. Actually, that's one of my favorite songs ever. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna put this away now because I'm afraid it's gonna be loud. Yay! Are you having fun? I'm having fun. Okay, next, let me show you how far I've gotten in Twilight. So, last time I talked with you all, well, not last time, but the time before last, which was a long time ago, I had just gotten Twilight, and I am this far into it, over halfway. I'm reading it slowly because I don't want it to end because I'm genuinely enjoying it. Yeah. Okay, and how about this book? I got this book yesterday. This is not a thrift. It's not a thrifted item. But, oh wait, when I talk over here, it sounds nice. Oh, I should talk over here. This is not a thrifted item. I got this full price from a bookstore. Oh. The thing that came out is a perfume sample. I didn't buy the perfume. This is Parisian Favorite by, what is the brand? Shido. This is a very popular fragrance cosmetics brand in Japan, but a lot of people get their perfumes. They're very like natural, kind of herbal or floral or fruity, but not too fruity, not too sweet. Very popular in Japan. Japanese people don't tend to like really strong fragrances. They like more natural, lighter, fresher, like herbal kind of. Yeah. And I really liked this Parisian Favorite. And I put it in the book because I wanted my book to smell like Parisian Favorite. And it's gonna be my bookmark for this book. Well, I guess I may as well tell you about this. This one is I think the most popular Shido fragrance. It's called Savon. I think it means soap in French, maybe. And it just smells like a nice, fresh, you just got out of the shower, kind of light soap smell. Clean, fresh, nice, light. And it is the most popular one. Somebody is leaving or going this is good. I haven't worn it in a long time because to me it's more spring or summer. It's almost summer now. I'm late to transition. Mentally, I'm not summer yet. It's good though. Anyway, I think I've told you this before in a different video, but most bookstores in Japan will wrap your book in paper to protect it, and also for privacy. People keep it on, so if you're reading on the train, nobody knows what you're reading. I don't care personally. I like to keep it on though, just because it feels nice. And I like being secretive. But I'll take it off right now so I can show you the book. I wasn't planning on buying a book, but I accidentally walked into the bookstore and came across a bunch of books by this author, and I've been meaning to read something by this author because I've heard good things. So this is Norwegian Wood by, what's his first name? I forget, it starts with the H. Something Murakami. Haruki Murakami. I haven't heard Japanese people talk about him, even though he's a Japanese author. I've heard Americans on social media review his books, and a lot of people recommend it. And they always say Murakami. So in my head, I'm used to reading it as Murakami. But I don't know, I have this problem, like, when I'm speaking English and I have to say, like, a Japanese name or something, should I say it with an English, like, American accent, or should I say it, like, I don't know, because I don't want to be, like, you know, people, like, make fun of, like, the people who, like, go to Spain, and then they're like, I went to Ibiza, and they, like, pronounce S's with the TH, because apparently that's how they say it in Spain, and I don't know, I don't want to be, like, annoying, but it just feels weird to say, like, Murakami, I don't know. Murakami. I don't know his kanji for his name, but I'm gonna guess that Mura could be, like, Murasaki no Mura, which is purple, and then Kami could be either Kami-sama no Kami, God, so purple God, or paper, purple paper. I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious if his name is Purple God or Purple Paper, or maybe none of the above. But anyway, do you know of this author, Murakami? Do you know? I looked up what book I should start with, and I was recommended by the internet to start with Norwegian Wood. I haven't started it, I just got it yesterday. Yeah, so I can't tell you if I like it or not because I have no idea. But let's see. What was that? Haruki Murakami? Murakami Haruki Kanji. Okay. 確かに it's 上. I forgot that 上 can be read as kami. 上 is the kanji for up. Is this Murasaki no Mura? わかんない. It's Kawamura no Mura. I have a teacher that I work with named Kawamura sensei, and this is the Mura for his name. Kawa is like kawaii or kanousei no kawa, I think. And the Mura is this one. It's like on the left side, it's ki for tree, and on the right side, I don't know what it means. We gotta look this up. Give me 2 seconds. I want to say it's purple, but I don't know. I'm really bad at kanji. I don't study at all. I just like learn things in natural conversation. I don't study like written Japanese at all anymore because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I should study though. Murasaki. 違う. Shoot. It's not Murasaki, it's not purple. It doesn't mean purple, it means village or town. So his last name, Mura, what was it? Kawamura, what? I forgot. Murakami, Jesus, Murakami. Mura means village and kami means above or up. So he's from the upper village. Man, it's not as cool as I thought. I wanted his name to be like Purple God. That would be a cool name. Okay, anyway. Do you want to read what this book is about? I'm gonna tell you what it's about, okay? Let's read the back. Norwegian Wood. When he hears her favorite Beatles song, Toru Watanabe recalls his first love, Naoko, the girlfriend of his best friend, Kizuki. Immediately, he is transported back almost 20 years to his student days in Tokyo, adrift in a world of uneasy friendships, casual sex, passion, loss, and desire, to a time when an impetuous young woman called Mirori marched into his life, and he had to choose between the future and the past. See, I just had the problem in my head when I was reading the Japanese names, if I should, I don't know. Whatever, maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't think it's not that deep. Toru Watanabe is the main character. So this book was written in what year? Let's see. I think maybe the 80s or the 90s, I'm not sure. He has a lot of books though. There's a whole corner of most of the books in the bookstore were in Japanese, but there was an English section, and a big part of the English section was translations of Murakami. And wait, it doesn't say what year this is from. So Haruki Murakami was born in Kyoto in 1949 and lives near Tokyo. His work has been translated into 34 languages, and the most recent of his many honors is the Yomiuri Literary Prize, whose previous recipients include Yukio Mishima, Kenzaburo Oe, and Kobo Abe. J. Rubin is a professor of Japanese literature at Harvard University. He is the author of Haruki Murakami and the Music of Words, and he has also translated Murakami's The Wind-Up Bird and Chronicle and After the Quake. So this was translated by J. Rubin. Shout out to J. Rubin. Probably Dr. J. Rubin if he's a professor at Harvard. Okay. Are you not going to tell me? Published by Vintage 2010. Copyrighted Haruki Murakami 1987. English translation 2000. Okay. So it was originally written or published in 1987 and then translated in the year 2000. Okay. I think I might get copyrighted if I read anything to you, so I'm not going to. But the first word is I. I'm not sure when I'm gonna start, but not yet. If you've read that book or any other Murakami books, let me know. Oh, yeah, hit my knee. Okay, what else should I show you? I don't really want to show you any more of those. I want to show you my perfumes. A while back, maybe a year or so ago, maybe more, probably more, I said that I wanted to get into perfumes, and some people recommended me some, and since then I've collected a few, and I want to show you what perfumes I've got, so I can let you know what I'm into, maybe what I smell like. Today I smell like, this. we're starting off strong. This might be the most expensive one I own. I did not buy it. I got this as a gift for my birthday. This is Yves Saint Laurent Libre. I want to say it's Libre. Where is this? Hello. It doesn't say it anywhere. It's Libre. I'm pretty sure it's Libre. Libre. And this stuff, you just need one spray and it will take you all day. I sprayed it, and I didn't even spray it directly. I sprayed it and then I walked into it, and she's still here hours and hours and hours later. So this will probably last your entire life. It smells like kind of luxurious, but it's not too strong. It smells kind of golden amber. It's not super sweet, but it does have kind of a light, slightly sweet. It's good. It's very hard to describe what this smells like, but I like it. But I don't wear it frequently. I don't know why I wore it today. Today was nothing special. I just wasn't really feeling any of the other ones, and I wanted to smell like something, so I chose this. I'm gonna look up what are the notes in YSL Libre, because I don't know how to describe it to you. It smells warm, but it's not too rich. Like, I feel like this could be worn year round. You know how some fragrances feel like a winter, like usually something richer or warmer, or like kind of a vanilla or a deep one, I feel is kind of wintry, whereas something floral and lighter is more like spring or summer, or like a citrus. I would say it's very summery to me. Let's see, but this one I think could go either way. So let's see, Libre, oh, let me search. Libre YSL notes. So, oh my god, wait, that's so true. The top notes are lavender, mandarin orange, black currant, and petite grain. I have no idea what that is. But it doesn't, because it's mixed with so many things together, it doesn't give lavender. Like, if you smelled this, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, there's lavender in here. But now that I read that, it makes sense. Like, I can kind of recognize it. But it contrasts so well with the orange. And then the middle notes are lavender, orange blossom, and jasmine. The jasmine I can get. And the base notes are Madagascar vanilla, musk, cedar, and ambergris. So yeah, you do get the kind of a deeper, there is a little bit of a hint of vanilla if you spray it, and then like later you start to get more of the richer, like amber and vanilla, but the top is so light and fresh. It goes so well. It's really nice. It's good. But it is very strong, and if you spray more than one spray, you are going to smell up the whole establishment. Like, everyone's gonna smell you. So if you don't want to be too strong, you gotta be careful with this one. It's really nice though, and I love the bottle. People say that it's more of a winter or spring fragrance. Winter, spring, or fall, but not so much a summer fragrance. I see, okay. And it's both day and night. Okay. It has a 4-star rating on, what is this, Fragrantica. They review fragrances. Okay. Nice. Next, I want to show you probably the most expensive one that I own, and probably my favorite is, I got the mini tiny teeny tiny because it's too expensive. Tom Ford Lost Cherry, Tom Ford perfumes are so expensive for no reason. But I smelled this in a sample and I just fell in love with it, and I kept thinking about it, and so I had to get it, the teeny tiny one, and I don't regret it because this will last me like forever, because like the last one, a little bit goes a long way and it smells better and better with age. This is very much a fall winter fragrance. So Lost Cherry it smells like the color burgundy. It smells like the color burgundy. I really like it. And when I started wearing this, I was listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin. This was in fall of last year. I still listen to Led Zeppelin, of course, but like I was exclusively listening to like all of Led Zeppelin. And so now whenever I smell this, I think of Led Zeppelin. Like Led Zeppelin will start playing in my head. It's funny how your senses kind of overlap. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, this might be my favorite. It's not a summer one though, so I won't be wearing it. Maybe only at night. If I go like out on the town at night, it could be worn. And it also layers very well because this is kind of deep and rich and kind of spicy, kind of musky. It's not sweet. I don't think it's sweet. So if you want to add something a little bit more, make it more feminine, it mixes very well with the vanilla. Yeah. So I recommend you could do like a vanilla lotion or just another vanilla spray or whatever, and it does go very well with kind of a sweeter vanilla, a warmer sweet. I wouldn't mix it with a floral sweet, that would not be good. A warmer sweet, more of like a gourmand sweet, would go very well with Lost Cherry in my opinion. I also have mixed it a lot with this one. This is Chanel Chance, the pink one. This is also one of my favorites. I'm a big fan. Oh, so good. Of Chanel Chance. This is very feminine, but not like sickly sweet. It's like a deep feminine. Oh, I love it. And because this is like a rich, warm, deep feminine, but it still has sweetness to it, it pairs very well with this. It's not floral. I'm not good at describing flavors. No. I'm not good at describing fragrances, but these two, I would do this one first and then just one spray of this, and they pair so well together. But I like both of them individually. Yeah, this is good. Yeah. So these are the 3 more expensive perfumes that I have. Sorry. And I'd say they're my 3 favorites. Maybe these 2 are a tie for first place, and then second place is YSL Libre. Oh, actually, my favorite, this might be my favorite. This is a perfume oil, so you roll it on. Oh, yeah, this is literally like crack. This is so good. This is my everyday. If I'm gonna wear something every day, it's gonna be this, and it's super easy. I just throw it in my bag and I can take it with me, and I take this with me to school. If I feel like I need a little something smelling good because these darn teenagers stink. I'm sorry, that was mean. I'm an English teacher at a high school right now in Japan. So like I teach English as a foreign language, not like an English teacher in America. That would be cool too, but very different. Very different things that you're teaching. Yeah, because they don't turn on the AC and it's hot as heck and everyone's sweating. They just open the windows and let the wind do its thing, and that's not enough for me. So if I feel like I need something that smells good, I will put this on and kind of like smell it to myself. I'm serious, they don't. That's the thing that I miss the most about America is controlled temperatures. In the winter, they don't want to turn on the heat because it's too expensive. In the summer, they don't want to turn on the AC because it's too expensive. Because electricity is very expensive in Japan because we're an island and we're far away. And I don't know the science of what gives us electricity, but apparently it's hard to get electricity here. I don't know. So people don't like to use it. Or maybe it's just a cultural thing. I don't know. But their solution is to open the windows. And that's just simply not enough. When it's 1,000,000 degrees, it's simply not enough. Especially because I gotta wear my teacher clothes, which obviously are very modest, meaning I'm not showing any skin, which means I can't wear cool clothes. I can wear something light and flowy, but it's still gotta cover my skin everywhere. Anyway, I haven't told you about this, so let me tell you about this fragrance. This I'm obsessed with, and I got it by accident, meaning I wasn't searching for it. I simply walked by. It's from the Perfume Oil Factory. I think this might only be a store in Japan, I don't know. Do you have the Perfume Oil Factory in your country? If so, you need to go and check out, what is this? This is number 17. Number 17. It's so good. It fits every occasion. Oh my god, it's so good. It's more summery though, and it goes very well with hot weather. It's not, you know how like sometimes if you're in a hot stuffy room and somebody's wearing a strong perfume, it's like kind of nauseating. This has the opposite effect. Like this will bring you back to life. Oh, it's so good. Let's look it up so I can describe it to you accurately. So this is the Perfume Oil, and this will last hours and hours and hours. It's an oil, and you roll it on your skin. I'll do like a down the arm type thing, a little bit in my elbow crevice, and that's enough, or just even a little bit. If I really am going crazy, I'll do a little behind the neck, because then I can smell it, and it's good. I love it. The Perfume Oil Factory, number 17. Yeah, the website's in Japanese, so I'm pretty sure it's just a Japanese. Oh my god. Yeah, so number 17 is, it's all in Japanese. I don't feel like reading. It takes my brain power. Okay, let me do my best. ジョギングの後のジェラートは Gelato after you go jogging. What are you talking about? Gelato no ato no what? Jogging no ato no gelato wa この漢字読めない。漢字とほんの少しの何々漢字があって私はなかなかやめられない。家に帰る前に立ち何々公園のペンチ午後は何をしようか What are they saying? This is not making any sense. Literally, what are they talking about? It's like I go jogging and I eat some gelato and then I get the feeling and then I never quit and then I go home, but before that and I go to the park and I'm in a pinch. Well, I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I don't know. I'm sorry. We're gonna skip that. I think they're trying to have like a cute little artistic like poem, like something. I'm sure it means something lovely. But number 17 is called Brown Sugar Sandalwood. I remember that now. It doesn't smell like brown sugar at all. But I do get the sandalwood. So this says Adam to Eve ga sundeita. What are you talking about? I hate the way that they're describing this. They're trying to be too cutesy. They're talking about that this is from the era of when Adam and Eve were living. What are you saying? Brown sugar no nani nani amayaji ni nani nani nani. Okay, anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So the top notes are rose, peach, raspberry. Really? Rose, peach, and raspberry. I don't get that at all. Maybe raspberry. I don't smell any rose or peach. I'm not a rose lover. I don't like floral fragrances. I don't get that at all. Middle is brown sugar, apricot, and plum. And then the base is sandalwood. I get big sandalwood, jasmine, and musk. I think the base comes through super strong. Sandalwood, jasmine, and musk. And then maybe a little bit of... Hold on now. This ain't right. Because I remember when the lady was selling this to me, I asked her for something that had vanilla in it. And she told me this has vanilla in it. And this has no vanilla written here. So I don't know what's the truth. Huh. Well, according to the website, rose, peach, raspberry. I do get kind of like a raspberry mixed with the sandalwood, which complements each other really well. So like sandalwood is like a deep, warm, ambery, kind of beachy almost. Jasmine. I don't know. To be honest, I disagree with how they're describing this. I don't know. It's so good. It's addicting. I love this. Is my favorite smell in the world. Like, this is what I want to smell like every day. It's so good. So I really recommend, you have got to try this out. The Perfume Oil Factory number 17. You've got to get it. So good. Too good. But if you don't have access to it, you can order it online and get it shipped to your country. I'm telling you, you have to do that. It is a little pricey for 8 milliliters, 6,600 yen, which is like $55, maybe $50. But this will last your whole life. I've had it for about a year now, and I've only used this much. And I'm telling you, I use this multiple times a week. Sometimes I use it multiple times a day, and I've only used that much. It will last forever. So it's definitely worth it. I want to translate what they were saying about Adam and Eve because I'm just curious. Who wrote this? And what were they talking about eating gelato after you go jogging? Like what? I don't know. Let's see. Translate. Continue. It expresses the paradise where Adam and Eve lived. The fragrant sweetness of brown sugar is superimposed on the calmness of sandalwood. I will envelop you with a sweet sense of happiness. Okay, I kind of get that. Yeah. Okay. Let's translate this part. Translate. The gelato after jogging is, there is a sense of accomplishment and a little guilt. I can't stop easily. Stop by the park bench before going home. Oh, it's a benchy, not pinchy. What should I do in the afternoon? Is the dog on a walk in front of me playing with me? And he invited me while making eye contact. Okay. 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 Oh, they have a champagne one. I wonder what that smells like. My friend in high school, one of my best friends, had, was it a candle? I don't know if it was a candle or a lotion or what, but it was like champagne something, or like bubbly something, and I think it was Bath and Body Works, and it smelled really good. Yeah. Well, you just gotta try it out for yourself and see what you think. Okay, and then the other fragrances that I'll show you, my least favorite one that I literally never wear. I hate it and I regret buying it. It is the teeny tiny mini of Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I shouldn't say I hate it, it's just I don't like florals. But I bought this before I knew what I liked. It was my first perfume purchase, and I just thought the bottle was so cute with this little bow. I just thought it was really cute, and I like the idea of like, ooh, Miss Dior sounds fancy. I don't like it. At first, it almost smells like hand sanitizer. It's just way too like, ugh. It makes me sneeze. It's just like very boom in your face floral. It might smell better after it's been out for a while. I don't know. I haven't really given it much of a chance because I just didn't like it the first time I wore it. Yeah, and I also have classic. When I went to America last time, I tried out and smelled all the Sol de Janeiro body sprays and all that because they don't have it in Japan, and I kept seeing it everywhere on social media, and I was like, I have to know what these smell like because everyone was talking about it, and I like them. This is my favorite one, 62. My mom likes it too, and it's the year my mom was born, so she was really excited about it. It smells like you want to eat it. It's really sweet. I think it's caramel and pistachio. Very gourmand, very rich. I love it, but I have to be wary of this because this is the kind of super strong, rich, sweet fragrance that I don't think they rock with in Japan. I think people might give me some looks if I wear this really strong in like public transportation or something. I love it though. I think it's great. My boyfriend likes it. He's Japanese, but he's different. He's Americanized. I Americanized him. He likes all my perfumes, or maybe he just says that to make me happy. But I think he would tell me, you know what, he would, because when we were in Ireland, and we were at Victoria's Secret in Ireland. No, we were in Scotland. We were in Victoria's Secret in Glasgow. The place to go in Glasgow. It was raining and it was freezing outside because it was December, and we were walking down the big shopping street in Glasgow, and right there to go inside because we didn't have an umbrella was Victoria's Secret, so we went in and they had the heat on high. It was really hot in there. Like, it felt good at first, but it got to the point where I started sweating in there. But anyway, we went and smelled all the perfumes, and there was one that I really liked. It was Bear, Victoria's Secret Bear, B-A-R-E, not the animal, like bear, B-A-R-E, bear. And I loved it. My boyfriend said, like, please don't get it. I don't like it. He said this is the kind of like strong smell that Japanese people stereotype like what foreigners wear, and they make the whole train smell way too strong and it gives us a headache. And I was sad because I really liked it, but I didn't buy it. Also because, and I never remember my suitcase. I think I told you all I went to Ireland and Scotland last December. I loved it. Oh my god, it was incredible. I loved everything about it. Everything about everywhere I went. Well, I shouldn't say everything. Almost everything. The only negative experience I had was entering one of the countries. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't Scotland. When you go from Ireland into Scotland, there's no, what's the thing called? Even though technically you're entering a different country, there's no freaking immigration. Jeez Louise. There was no immigration. I was surprised because I was going from the independent Ireland into UK Scotland, and there's no TSA. But on the way back, when we went back, because we went Ireland, Scotland, Ireland. The first time I went into Ireland, I had a great experience. The immigration people were super nice, super friendly. It was great. And then going into Scotland, there was literally nobody. You just walk in. You don't even have to scan your passport or anything. And then, or maybe I did scan my passport and it was just like a scan and go. I don't remember, but there's no lines. There was no people. There was nothing. And then going back in Ireland, we did not have a good experience. The man was very rude, and the lady was very rude, and they were very suspicious of me and my boyfriend and asked us a bunch of questions and took a lot of notes about where we were gonna stay. And they didn't like that we went to Ireland and then to Scotland for 2 days and then came back to Ireland only to fly out the next morning. They're like, why are you coming back just to fly out? Where are you staying? What are you gonna do? What are you bringing? And I know those are normal questions, but they weren't we kept telling them, oh, because we just bought a round trip ticket to and from Ireland and it was cheaper than to buy one to Ireland and then one from Scotland, so, and they're close, so that's why we did it. And they're like, yeah, but why, what are you gonna do? You can't even do it. And it was weird. They didn't like it, and it just felt really bad vibes at that time. And maybe they were just in a bad mood, or maybe I don't know, they're probably just trying to do their job. But that was my only negative experience. And they were really confused because my boyfriend obviously has a Japanese passport and I have an American passport, and they for some reason couldn't comprehend that we were from 2 different countries, but we were traveling together and that we lived together. And they're like, oh, so you're gonna go back to America? And I was like, no, I'm going back to Japan. And they're like, why? And I said, because I live and I work there. And they're like, but he's Japanese and you're American. I don't know. It was I don't know. It was really weird. It was strange. But other than that, I loved Ireland. Loved it. Loved it. Oh my goodness, we've been here for almost an hour. I've showed you all my perfumes, I think. Yeah. I think I did. So I showed you a bunch of my old stuff, my vintage or my secondhand things that I've got. And I showed you some books, and I showed you my perfumes, and we had a good little chat. I didn't tell you any updates about what's been going on in my life, because I don't know where to start. Things are good. Mostly. I'm still working at the same high school. There's been ups and downs, but we are learning a lot. And now I am planning, I'm only going to work here for 1 more year, and then I'm going to get my master's. And I think my next video is going to be all about breaking down different research topics that I'm interested in and researching different master's programs and talking to you about it. I think that's going to be my next video, because that's what's on my mind a lot lately. It's definitely going to be a master's in something linguistics related, but I can't decide what direction I want to go in with my research. Okay, I'll just tell you very briefly. Either neurolinguistics or cognitive neuroscience. That's if I wanted to go more like science research. So neuroscience is the science of the brain. Linguistics is the study of language. And so neurolinguistics or cognitive neuroscience with the focus on language would be studying the biological basis for different linguistic phenomena. So what's happening in our brain when we are learning another language, and what's happening with different speech related diseases, speech developmental disorders, what's happening up here in the noggin, and what can we do to solve those problems, or even degeneration of speech abilities with diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia or what have you. I'm interested a lot in bilingualism, especially in children versus adults, and what the differences in brain structure will be, and what are the implications of that. I think that's really cool. I'm also super interested in emotion, language and emotion, which is more psycholinguistics, more psychology. But you can't separate psychology from neuroscience, because there's got to be a biological basis for things happening in the mind. that doesn't have to be, but I think that's the most current accepted way of thinking about psychology, is that there has to be like a biological basis for what's going on. But when you get into like the really theoretical stuff, we're not really talking about the structure of the brain, we're more talking about like ideas and more conceptual things. For example, there are different words for different emotions in different languages, and there are some words that cannot be translated into other languages. For example, there are words for emotions in Japanese that do not exist in English. You cannot translate that emotion into an English word. You can try to describe it, but it will not 100% capture the essence of that emotion. And that raises the question, do Japanese people or native Japanese speakers experience a different set of emotions based off of the verbiage that they use to describe them than native English speakers? Am I not able to experience the same emotion simply because I cannot describe it? Or do I still experience the emotion, but it's not like at the... how can I say? You can experience something and not be able to describe it, but you're not aware of it because you don't have the tools to communicate it. Or do I truly not experience that emotion? And that goes into like, are emotions innate and universal in humans based on biology, or are emotions learned through culture and what's the word? Learned through culture and something solidified, somethinged by language. So like, you experience this thing because you've learned it socially by your family and your friends growing up, and then the language that you use identifies that thing and pinpoints it and makes it a real concept in your head, in your mind, because there's a word for it, so it's got to be like a real thing, right? Anyway, so that's like psychology and linguistics, but also could go into neuroscience if we want to look at what's happening in the brain when a human is experiencing a certain emotion or describing an emotion. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm leaning more towards neurolinguistics or psycholinguistics. Other fields, obviously TESOL or TEFL or TESOL, or whatever you want to call it, teaching English as a second language, and go into more researching teaching methods and the most effective ways to teach English to different cultures, people of different backgrounds, because you can't teach the same way to two people of completely different like cultural, social backgrounds. I've learned that's the biggest thing I've learned teaching in Japan. Japanese social and cultural norms make the classroom environment very different than what I'm accustomed to in America. Students are very quiet. It is literally like pulling teeth to get them to speak. They just stare at you. And that's not ideal for a language learning classroom, because you need to use the language input and output. You gotta talk if you want to learn, and nobody wants to freaking talk. Anyway, but I don't think that teaching is my passion. I don't think that's what I want to do long term, so I don't think that's what I want to get my master's in, but it would be convenient because that's what I have experience in. But I should follow my passions. Another thing is, with the rise of AI, there's a rise in the linguistic field of natural language processing or computational linguistics. So that's like language and AI. It combines like coding, AI, statistics, and linguistics. It's very techie, and I'm not a techie girl, but that would be a very prosperous field to go into, and it's growing rapidly because obviously AI is like taking over the world. So for example, AI models right now, as of now, like ChatGPT, if you speak to ChatGPT, they simply recognize the words that you're saying, but they can't pick up on things like intonation, things like accent, like there's more meaning. Like when we speak, the meaning is not only held in the words that we say. There is also meaning in intonation. There is meaning in stress and tone. There is meaning in accent. There is meaning in pauses and gaps. There is meaning in a lot of things. And AI cannot, as of now, recognize that. So they need linguists to work with coders to program AI to be able to interact with humans in a more human-like way. And I think that they will always need linguists to aid in programming AI to be the most natural, because the language is always changing and evolving. So like in 5 years from now, there's going to be slight changes in the way that we use the English language, and new words are being introduced into the English language all the time. And from a day-to-day, from a year-to-year basis, we don't see that much of a change, but from like decades to decades, think about how your grandma speaks and how you speak. It's, different vocabulary, different slang, different accent, different intonation, even some complete phrases, or like even like grammatical structures that they learn in school that you don't really use. So AI's, to be the most natural and to have the best user experience, is gonna have to be reprogrammed constantly. Yeah, and I could go into researching computational linguistics, but I don't think that's what I'm passionate about. If I was after like money and success and like a guaranteed job in corporate, that's what I should do. But I don't know. Anyway, I just want to be a researcher and do research and ask questions and solve the mysteries of language and the brain and the mind, and it's just really cool to me. So I think that's what I want to do. Shooty, I accidentally talked for too long about that. Okay, if you were still around and you heard what I just said, thank you. I don't think there's going to be many of you. You either left or fell asleep. But thank you, I appreciate you, and I'm going to call it a night. I have to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go. What time is it? Oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock. I started filming at like 8. Oh gosh. Okay, I have to wash my hair. Oh, this is terrible.